Hi, my name's Julan. I'm a third year student at the Manchester Metropolitan University studying business and economics. I feel very privileged to be on the scheme because it allows me to get involved with many new opportunities and has opened up many new networking doors for me as I've met many new people whilst being on the scheme through the activities and places I've been. When I was at college, that's when I found out about the scheme. I was in a class at college and someone from the scheme came in to speak about it. So yeah, I was very excited to get involved with the scheme. I knew that I wanted to get involved with it, and after hearing more about the scheme and what it had to offer, I applied straight away. When I did come to university, I was worried about the changes from college, because college was a lot more. I would say you get more help at college. I wouldn't say you get the most help, but you get more help than you did in high school. And I know that university was a lot more independent, so I was definitely worried about, the independency along with the workload. But being on the first generation scheme really allowed me to settle in quickly. At first, I was very nervous about coming to university. I didn't know if I was going to make friends or meet as many people as I would have liked to meet. But being on the scheme allowed me to meet many good people because we were all in the same boat. We were all going through the same thing. So being on that journey with plenty of different people really allowed me to settle in a lot quicker. As well as this, anything I got stuck with in university, I could just message Matt or Helen or anyone else in the scheme, and there was a very good help. So yeah, it was a lot smoother. I feel more than honoured to be part of the first generation scheme because it has allowed me to realise that no matter if anyone in your family has attended university or wherever you're from, you can come to university. Your future and your career is in your hands. And as well as that, I think the scheme allows students to reach their highest potential. Maybe a lot of students doubt themselves and think, I can't do this, it's too hard, uni's not for me. But being on the scheme allows you to realise and notice that you can do what you want, your future's in your hands, and they really help well with that. When I got accepted onto the scheme, you could say I was relieved because I knew I wanted to come to university. I'm from Manchester and I knew I wanted to stay in the city, so MMU was the perfect choice for me. But knowing that I was going to MMU whilst being on the scheme was just even better because I knew that, especially for the first year, I wasn't going to be, on my own. I was going to have that support and everything was going to be made a bit easier, you could put it that way. I was going to have a bit more of a smoother time settling in. So I've enjoyed many things about the scheme really. The first thing I'd say I've enjoyed the most is just meeting people and getting to know people that will most likely be your long life friends because uni can be difficult, and especially when it gets more difficult and the workload gets heavier, having people that you can speak to and socialize with to cool down, it's definitely necessary. Secondly, I would say the other thing that I've really benefited from the scheme is the networking. They make you create like your LinkedIn and stuff like that. So it's all good for your career. So the first gen were many workshops that involve networking, and when you eventually get a job and you want to have a career, networking is very important. I think in the future, pre-entry students will heavily benefit from first generation. From networking, from the networking workshops that first generation run. This allows students to build communication skills and plenty of different skills that they will need in the future, when they're looking for jobs and looking to pursue their careers. But as well as this, I think one of the main things that the first generation allows students to do is, be efficient within university. There were many workshops that allow a student to know how to use their time, and I think where a lot of students go wrong, and I was going wrong myself, is when you're in university, you have so many little things to do that your time is very tight. So the first generation scheme definitely helped with this. But overall, my advice to any potential student is stick with the scheme, because all you're going to do is benefit, and it will be very good for your future.